Hey there, I hope you're having an awesome day. It's a beautiful day here in Houston, Texas. In fact, it's that time of the year. It is September 22nd, year of our Lord 2021. And this time of year, we typically get a little cool air, which is such a gift, especially for guys like me who grew up in Michigan where it's cold. So today is a beautiful day, and you'll notice the B-roll that we're playing is a little on the lighter side because the topic today is kind of a topic that nobody wants to talk about, but everybody really needs to talk about, and that is when you know you're dying, when you find out that you're going to die. In case you didn't know this, everyone is going to die. And so, like Bobby, what was his name in Talladega Nights? Ricky Bobby said, and that was actually, this is the first quote in my book, Make Your Money Count. Ricky Bobby says 98% of us are going to die at some point in our life, so a little planning goes a long way. That's the opening quote in the book, Make Your Money Count. And so let me just mention this podcast, Missional Money, is a support tool for our online financial planning course at missionalmoney.com. So if you're listening to the podcast and you're not seeing the video, you're welcome to. You're invited to jump on over to missionalmoney.com where you can enroll in our free online financial planning course. And so the case study that we're working on now is the Smith family case study. And Sandy Smith and I met last week. We actually spoke just yesterday. And so we had a meeting, and I gave Sandy some homework, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the homework because, Sandy, I want you to know exactly what the next steps are for us. So if you're not Sandy and you're watching and you're following along with this case study, I want to welcome you, and I want you to know that we've put some resources together in this post. So as you enjoy the B-roll over there with me and the motorcycle cruising through Houston on this beautiful autumn day, or maybe now you're seeing Caleb on his little awesome motor scooter. This, by the way, was Caleb's first time on the motorcycle, his little toy motorcycle. He has a high speed and a low speed, and this was the first day that I taught him to drive in high speed. Excuse me. So anyway, you get to see some of our family fun while we were camping at Jellystone Park. So that's the B-roll, just for your entertainment. But back to the post, when you know you're dying. So again, this is on missionalmoney.com. You'll see it. Just scroll down to the bottom of the page. In fact, let me just do that now. I'm going to jump over to Missional Money and show you the post. I'll start on the home page. So when you go to the home page, missionalmoney.com, you can scroll down and you'll see the posts that we have. And also, you'll notice that we've added a widget so that you can see the podcast, each new episode of the podcast. We've been doing some Facebook Live, so as I scroll down the home page, you'll see whenever we go on Facebook Live, it will be right here on the home page. I sent out a ton of friend invitations to friends to like our page. So if you got one of those, if you received one of my Facebook messages to like our page, our new page is Missional Money on Facebook. Not a big fan of Facebook, but it is a platform that has certain tools and they're free to use. And so if it's helpful, I hope it's helpful. We have made that available for the online course, just another way to support our online course. So as I scroll down on the home page, way down on the home page, you'll see this post, when you know you're dying. So that's today's post. And if you scroll down further, you'll see that this podcast episode, which has not yet been posted, because I have to first do the video and then I grab the audio from the video and post it into the podcast. But anyway, this is the post. I want to just kind of highlight a few of the things that are in this post so that you can know that they're there. If you want to follow along with the case study, first of all, I want to encourage you to go ahead and register and enroll in the course. Now, Sandy, I've already set up your financial plan. I'm going to be replicating your financial plan so that we don't share your personal information. But your Smith family case study, oops, I clicked on the wrong link. So back to the financial plan, we will be posting a financial plan for the Smith family case study, and it will replicate the real client. So Sandy, it's not your real name, but your plan will be updated as well. But for now, what I want you to do, what I'm really asking everyone who's following this case to do is just think about the day that you find out that you're going to die, or think about what's going to happen the day after you die. When I've been through this several times with family, with friends, with clients, and so I want you to think about what's going to happen in your financial life when you die. Where will the money be? Where will it go? What will your heirs, the people that you love, that you want to provide for, what will they have to do? And so that's really what your homework was, Sandy, is to just think about that. Think about, what's going to happen when you die, because that will set the table for the work that we do together to prepare a plan to make sure that to the best of our ability, we can plan for the most easy succession plan possible for Sally and for your other daughters. And that's really the job that we'll be doing, the work that we'll be doing as we unpack this case study. But to do that, to do this well, to create an effective and compelling financial plan, we really have to think about what happens when we die. And so if you've not gone through that process with a loved one, then this will be a very valuable case study for you to follow. Now, if you're a financial advisor and you have special skills in the area of estate planning, especially special needs trusts, I would love to hear from you. I'm going to be posting some special invitations to financial advisors on LinkedIn. I have a lot of friends on LinkedIn. Most of them are financial professionals. If you're one of them, I want to encourage you, invite you to reach out. Just send me a message. We'll do an interview so that you can share your knowledge, your special skills in the area of estate planning and specifically special needs trusts, because that's what is really important to Sandy. So Sandy, as I mentioned in my last post, we have some issues that we need to deal with. Number one, we already have a trust set up, a special needs trust, but we really want to make sure that it's set up the best way possible for Sally. And we want to make sure we understand it, and we want to have some family meetings so that the whole family understands what's going to happen when Sandy passes. So as we prepare to do this case study for Sandy, if you're a financial expert in the area, we would love to collaborate with you and hear your input around this case. So the other thing we have to do, one of the issues, priorities in this case, is to identify a good CPA. Sam had selected a CPA and a family attorney who he knew, and he worked really well with them. Since then, Sandy has moved and so relocated. So she wants to work with somebody local. So when I reach out to folks on LinkedIn, I'll reach out to some folks in the general vicinity, especially to find, we're looking for the right person who can work with Sandy and me and the rest of the team, just to make sure that we have the right plan in place, the estate plan. So we have some work to do. I think we're in pretty good shape, but I really want to take advantage of this opportunity to do some education, some training, not just for Sandy, but for the folks who are following along in this case study. So I hope you like that idea. If you're a financial expert, you're invited to participate. It doesn't cost anything. It's really an opportunity for you to share what you know and to help some folks along the way, which is what we're trying to do here at missionalmoney.com. We provide the platform to create a financial plan, a very premium platform, the same platform we use for our clients at Bayrock Financial. And so it's free, it's fun, and it's for investors and financial advisors. So check it out at missionalmoney.com, enroll today, and just check out the case that we're working on, the Smith family case study. So I want to highlight a couple of the resources that we've made available in today's post. And again, the 3 priorities, Sandy, that we're going to be working on. Identify a good CPA for you to work with, somebody you want to work with, another attorney, an estate lawyer who can make sure that we have everything set up the way that you want it to be set up in terms of your special needs trust. I have some work to do to orchestrate the assets and moving those assets and getting everything ready. And so that's what we're going to be working on. We will have a task list moving forward, but right now the most important thing is for you to think about what's going to happen when you die. As you start to think about that, and we come back together and we put together a punch list for your financial plan, just like we've done in the past, things will become much more clear and it will make a lot of sense. And we will be able to do some education along the way for the girls, for your daughters, and for you, and for me, and for everyone else who follows this case. So that's really what this case study is about, focusing on estate planning and special needs for Sally. So back to the post, I'm going to draw your attention here to today's post, September 23. Just found out I'm dying, now what? So this is the story of Sam when we found out he was going to pass. Before Sam passed, we had done a lot of work on the family's financial plan, the estate plan, and especially the special needs portion of the estate plan. So one of the things Sam told me long before we knew, well, it wasn't that long before we knew that he was ill. I always wonder if he knew that he was going to be ill, but he had on his bucket list, he wanted to be sure that his plan was set up and coordinated and really ready for the day that he passed. So before we knew, we were having that conversation, and that was what was on Sam's bucket list. So it was my privilege, one of the most meaningful experiences of my life, to be the person who was helping to coordinate the Smith family financial plan. And so that's a part of this story. Sam's vision, his values, and his purpose, what he cared about. He was one of the most beautiful, impactful people I've ever known. And there's so much more to this story that I'm not going to share, but I just want you to know that this case is based on a real life story that happens over and over in every family in existence. There's this person who everybody looks up to, and one day they pass. And one day you will pass, and one day I will pass, just like my dad did a couple years ago. And so the topic of today's post, while it may seem morbid, it's an incredibly important topic for you, for me, for all of us to think about in terms of our financial plan, because Ricky Bobby, he was right. 98% of us will die at some point in our life. So a little planning goes a long way. So here's what we have. And I encourage you to read. I spent probably too much time writing this post. Edited many things. I put some scripture in from Proverbs that was meaningful for me, from Proverbs 15 and 21, and things that I know would be meaningful for Sam, so for me too. So check it out, read the post. You're seeing it on the screen. But I want you to notice that So we've got these links, and you can see the links because they're a different color, and those links take you to things like this checklist, this special needs checklist. For if you have someone in your family, if you have a child who has special needs, this checklist would be very helpful. So that's one of the resources that we included. You don't have to sign up for our email. It's just click the link and you get the resource. So we want to make this as open as possible for the folks who participate. This is one of the ways we serve our community, and you are part of our community. So if you're connected with me in any way, I'm hoping you take advantage of this opportunity. So the next element, or the next resource that we have, is estate planning document review. If you've not done that in a while, this is a good thing to check out. Click on the link and you'll see the checklist for reviewing your estate planning documents. So that's the next resource. Wills, living trusts, irrevocable trusts, powers of attorney, living wills. Those are all documents that everyone needs to be attentive to, and it's a good thing to start with. So this checklist will help you do that. And then we have one more. What issues should I consider before I update my estate plan? So when you click on that, you get that checklist. And again, that's a resource in this post that will help support our case study, the Smith family case study. So all of that is there for you just to grab. Snatch the link at missionalmoney.com. And also I wanted you to see we have a link to our resource library. It's pretty robust, pretty up to date. It's got a lot of resources in it. So when you click on the library, you will be asked to leave your name and your email. That gives me permission to reach out to you, and I will do that. I'll send you an email at some point just to let you know that we're posting another post. We're making another post in the podcast and in the course, Make Your Money Count online. So I think that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the B-roll. I try to keep it light because I know this is a topic that is not exactly something we all want to talk about. But again, just like Ricky Bobby told us, 98% of us are going to die at some point in our life. So a little planning goes a long way. Seriously, this is an important part of your financial plan. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you'll follow along as we unpack the Smith family case study at missionalmoney.com. Enroll today. It's free, it's fun, and it's for investors and financial advisors. So if you're a financial advisor, please just send me a message. Let me know if you have something you want to share with our audience. I'm going to grab a drink of water. And on that, I really just wanted to show you the Dallas Cowboys. I did need a drink of water, but I've got this cool camera that does super fast focus, and I like it. I wish I had something cool to put up in front of the camera, but I don't, so I won't. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening in iTunes, it's always nice to leave a 5-star review to let folks know. Otherwise, nobody will find the show. If you're watching in YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Just click that little button. And don't forget, click that little bell, and I'll send you sometimes annoying little reminders that we're posting another video on our YouTube channel. So we have a playlist for our online course at Missional Money, and it's also on the top of our website as always. So if you want to see all of the videos that we've posted in the course or about the course, they're all there. You don't even have to enroll in the course to see them. Now, the content, the premium content, the training in the course, that's hosted at Vimeo, so that's going to be inside the course. So enroll, click on Investor, and it will take you right to the online course, and you can enroll. And Sandy, you are already enrolled. I'm not sure you know this, but just so you know, you can log in. When you log in using your email, and I can send you the password if you lost it or if your system didn't save it. If you're an advisor, we have a course that is in the works. So go ahead and register, enroll in that course, and we will be adding content soon. So there are 3 tabs at the top of missionalmoney.com. Investor, that's where you go for the main online course for investors and financial advisors. There's another course just for advisors, so click on advisor if you want to check that out. But here we have your plan. So we're going to be building a financial plan for each case study, and you are invited to set up your financial plan using that same link. So it's at the top of the page, your plan. It will take you right into our private planning portal, and this is a premium portal. It costs you nothing. It's being provided by our sponsor, Bayrock Financial. So if you're a client, Sandy, your plan is already there. And so we will be continuing to develop that plan and keep it up to date. And we will interact around your plan moving forward. And for the purpose of the case study, again, we're going to create a mirror of that plan. We'll change things so that you don't know the specific financial information of Sandy and her family, but it will mimic it closely enough so that it'll all make sense as we look at strategies for managing the priorities and the goals that Sandy has for her family. So that's the game plan. I hope you like it. I hope you'll join us. Again, missionalmoney.com. I'm Jim Munchback, your financial coach, and I look forward to hearing from you, reading your comments inside the course, on YouTube, on Facebook, and I definitely will read your comments when you leave a 5-star review for the podcast. Missional Money in iTunes and everywhere podcasts are played. See you next time.